What DAMNAK is, I suppose, the less famous sibling of WAT, which is just up the road. And look, it might not have the trendy bars of WAT, or have a Paris bakery, or a Tevi's place. And maybe it didn't rank in Time Out's coolest neighbourhoods of the world poll back in 2022. But here's the thing. When you're not that cool, you have to try a little bit harder to impress people. Find some other way to compete with the cool kids. And that's exactly what this neighbourhood is doing. Rent is cheap. The hotels are very cheap here, and there's loads of them. This neighbourhood has some of the best and cheapest restaurants in all of Siem Reap. There are cool coffee shops and loads of travel agencies, and it's home to 2 supermarkets. And this neighbourhood is not even that far from the centre of town. It's within walking distance of the night market and all the street food vendors that line the riverside. It's also within walking distance of the Wat Bo neighbourhood. In fact, Wat Bo Road goes right past the Wat DAMNAK temple. Is Wat DAMNAK the best neighbourhood in Siem Reap, Cambodia for expats? Let's go find out. We stumbled upon this coffee shop a few days ago, and it is unlike any coffee shop that I've ever seen. The attention to detail that went into designing this place is really quite incredible. It's almost impossible to describe exactly what sort of style it is, but I'll try my best.
It's like an old Japanese shack.
Well, evidently, I'm not very eloquent first thing in the morning. And actually, I would recommend getting there early because it got quite busy just as I was leaving.
Alright, there's a street down here. I'm pretty sure this is also in the Wat DAMNAK area. It's not so far from the temple, and it has my wife's favourite breakfast place, Krusar, my daughter's favourite smoothie place. Let's go check it out.
My wife comes here all the time. She loves fancy breakfast food, and preferably with a French name. I normally cook breakfast at home since it's pretty easy to make bacon and eggs. The best thing about this street is the pub next door to Krusar, a craft beer place called Pom. The craft beer scene in Cambodia is actually pretty good. There are a few places like this now in Siem Reap. Why not come here after you've had breakfast and wash down your bacon and eggs with a nice strong IPA? Let's be honest, who among us has not been guilty at one time or another of drinking beer in the morning?
This whole neighbourhood gets its name from the temple here. It's kind of built around the temple, in the same way that the Wat Bo neighbourhood is named after the temple there. Let's go check it out. This is Wat DAMNAK. This is the largest pagoda here in Siem Reap. So Wat in Khmer means temple, and DAMNAK means palace. And this pagoda started its life as a palace for King Sisowath. It's a huge complex, and it's a center for education in Siem Reap. Behind me is the primary school, the Wat DAMNAK Primary School. And over here is the Center for Khmer Studies. That was opened in 1998. And its main goal is to connect with other educational institutions, particularly in the United States. Over here to my right is the Wat DAMNAK Learning Center. And the purpose of that building seems to be to teach English to anyone that wants to learn. Buddhism teaches compassion to all living creatures, not just humans. That's why there's so many dogs around here. The monks take care of them. They reckon there's at least 40 living here. And you can see how healthy they all look. A lot of developing countries have a huge problem with stray dogs. So it's nice to see the stray dog population of Siem Reap have somewhere to go and someone to take care of them. And just up here, this is what I would call like the main street of the WAT DAMNAK neighborhood. This is where we come at least once a week to go to the Khmer Grill, which is some of the best Cambodian food here.
You can order anything off the menu here, safe in the knowledge that it's going to be good. It's also really cheap. It's actually hard to imagine how they're able to make any money with prices like this.
And then just past Khmer Grill is another place we come to almost every week. And it's right here. Seoul Indian, you get a curry and rice there for $3.
We also come here all the time, at least once a week. We always order the butter chicken because it comes with the most sauce for the naan bread.
An Indian curry and rice for $3. That would be 20 quid back home.
To give you an idea of how much the hotels cost in this neighborhood, here's a few that I found. They're probably not the most fancy of places, but if you're on a budget and all you need is a clean bed and a bathroom, you might find what you're looking for here. These sorts of places also typically offer a discount for long-term stays. If you're looking for an apartment, here's one I found on Bamboo Street, which is like 5 minutes from the temple. It's a studio and it's only $200 a month, and that includes Wi-Fi. This place also has a kitchen and a fridge, everything you need for only 200 bucks. That's hard to beat. And only 11 minutes from Pub Street. From here, your closest gym is the Angkor Muscle Gym. These sorts of gyms with no AC only cost about $1 or $2 if you want to just drop in. I'm going to do the rest of the tour at night because a lot of these places look a lot better when it's dark and they're all lit up. Here's the DAMNAK supermarket. We come here when we can't be bothered going to one of the bigger supermarkets, or we only need a couple of things. For example, ice.
This guy's got the best ice cubes. That's the kind of thing that concerns me. What's the optimal size of ice cube? And it turns out it's this.
To clarify, the smaller ice cubes are able to escape from my water bottle, and sometimes I end up with a mouthful of ice when I'm trying to work out. I then have to stand there, crunching ice like an idiot, hoping my teeth don't freeze. Across the road from the supermarket is this barbecue place, where they actually set up a charcoal barbecue on your table and you cook your own food. Or more accurately, you get your 5-year-old daughter to cook for a change. You basically choose the type of meat you want from the menu and they bring it to you raw. You can also order vegetables, fried rice, and garlic bread. I wouldn't come here if you were starving because it can take a while. I also wouldn't come here if you've just had a shower. Each table has an extractor fan, but you still end up stinking of smoke and meat. This place also has the big bottles of beer, which I've grown accustomed to. How, I ask you, was I able to live my whole life drinking normal sized bottles of beer? It's a miracle that I didn't die of dehydration.
Okay, we're now opposite the Khmer Grill that you saw earlier in the video. We're now gonna cut through this lane. It's like a shortcut to the riverside. Let's go. This city is like an ant colony or something. There's all these little lanes that connect all the main streets here.
And at the end of this creepy little lane is Sambo's, another favourite of ours. Thai food as well as traditional Khmer. This place gets really busy. It's one of the few businesses here that seem to be thriving post-COVID. Take a walk along this street and you'll find some other cool restaurants and bars, or do what we often do and cut through the night market to get to the river on the other side. The riverside really comes alive at night when the street food vendors turn on their lights and put out their chairs. It just doesn't have the same magic in the daytime when you can see everything and you're getting third-degree burns from the sun.
Okay, so aside from all the great street food and everything on the riverside, you got Lost City Pizza here, and then 5 minutes down that road is Embargo Craft Beer. And this took us like 5 minutes to cut through the night market from Sambo's. That's the end of the video. If you like the video, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.